All right, let's just jump right in. You're seeing that title, and I know what you're thinking. A $90,000 iPhone? That's got to be a typo. Well, I'm here to tell you it is absolutely not. So how in the world is that even a thing?
Honestly, this quote from an article over at TechSpot just says it all, doesn't it? It's really the only question to ask when you find out that a phone can come with, well, this.
I'm not kidding. Embedded right there in the Apple logo is an actual, authenticated piece of one of Steve Jobs' iconic black turtlenecks. They even give you a certificate of authenticity, just to prove it's real.
I mean, this just completely blurs the line between a piece of tech and like a historical artifact. So what is it? Is it still a phone or is it basically a modern-day relic? The answer seems to be kind of both.
And just to be super clear, this isn't some artist's render or a cool idea someone posted online. Nope, these are real, heavily modified versions of the latest iPhones that you can actually go out and buy. Which, of course, brings us to the company behind these absolutely wild creations.
So, let's talk about the masterminds here. The company's name is Caviar. And no, they do not sell fish eggs.
Caviar has basically carved out this fascinating, super specific niche for itself. They take the gadgets that literally everybody has, iPhones, Samsung Galaxies, and they just completely rebuild them with things like precious metals, diamonds, and, yep, even pieces of history. Their whole business model is built right on this idea. You take a device that millions of people own, something totally familiar, and you turn it into an object of just extreme, over-the-top exclusivity. Okay, so let's get into the specifics of what they've cooked up. To celebrate Apple's 50th anniversary, Caviar released a few special collections. But we'll start with the two that are a direct nod to the company's past.
So with these relic phones, Caviar took two different routes. You've got the Jobs edition, which has that piece of his turtleneck. They only made 9 of these in the entire world. 9. Then you have the iPhone 2007 model, which has a tiny fragment of an original iPhone 2G motherboard set into the back. Only 11 of those exist.
But, it's not all historical memorabilia. The gold collection is where things go to a completely different level of luxury. We're talking solid 18-karat gold bodies. There's a Bitcoin model with crypto engravings, a Palmette version with more than 100 diamonds, and then this really minimalist solar design. And the rarity? It's even more extreme. They're only making 3 of each of these. 3.
So they're beautiful, right? They're covered in gold, diamonds, and pieces of history. They are undeniably incredible objects. But what do you actually lose when you add all that luxury?
It's the, $90,000 question, isn't it? When you add all this heavy, precious metal to a phone, does it actually affect how it works? And the answer, maybe surprisingly, is a big yes.
Okay, so here's the crucial trade-off. When you take off the standard glass back of an iPhone and replace it with a solid chunk of 18-karat gold or titanium, you literally block the signals needed for wireless charging. That means no MagSafe accessories and no just plopping it down on a standard wireless charger. You've just paid a fortune for a phone and lost 2 of its key modern features.
And that whole compromise, that idea of function versus form, brings us to the final and most staggering part of this whole story, the price.
To really get the scale here, we need a baseline. Let's start with what a regular, you-can-buy-it-at-the-store iPhone actually costs.
There it is, the starting price for a brand new, top-of-the-line iPhone Pro. A pretty familiar number for a lot of us. Now just hold that number in your head for a second.
Okay, now look at this. This is the starting price for that iPhone 2007 edition, the one with a piece of the old motherboard. We've just jumped to almost 10 times the cost of the standard phone. It's a huge leap.
And here we are. This is the top-end price for one of these solid gold collection models. $88,000. That's just not a phone anymore. That's a luxury car. That's a down payment on a house. It's a serious piece of art.
At the end of the day, nobody is buying this for the tech. I mean, we just saw, the tech is arguably worse. What you're buying here is a statement. It's a piece of jewelry you can wear that also happens to make calls. It's a signal that you're in a category where our most personal technology becomes a pure status symbol, totally detached from what it was originally made to do.
So that leaves us with one final thought, right? What even is this thing? Has tech become so central to our lives that its relics are now as valuable as, actual historical artifacts? Or is this just the ultimate fusion of our two biggest obsessions, technology and pure luxury? What do you think?